My name is Boris Veldhuizen van Zanten. I'm one of the founders and the CEO of TNW, which is the next web. I think it's very difficult to build a culture. A culture is there and it's either bad or a good culture and you can influence it, but I think the good thing about our culture is it's not something that one day we sat down and decided like this is the culture we want, so let's put it in place. It's much more organic and natural than that, and I think that's also the sign of a good culture. I think signs of a good culture are if people feel safe within the company, if they feel safe to show their strengths but also their insecurities. If there's a culture where they can take a risk and if they make a mistake, then the mistake is acknowledged, but it's not painful or like the end of their career, I think is very important. And also the possibility of showing your own character, your own culture in a company. So if you come in and you feel like you have to conform to the rest of the company, I don't think that's good. But if you come in and you realize like I add to the diversity of this company, and that means that I can be myself and that feels safe. I think that's and then the culture can be different, but if those characteristics are there, then it's good.
My name is Julie. I am the program manager of the TNW conference here at the Next Web. One of the things that is very great about TNW is that we work with a lot of young people in the team. We accomplish a lot just with a small group of young people, pretty much. That means that we really learn together, I think, of everything that we do. Because everyone is an essential part of the team, of course. So say that one person in the team would leave in a team of 4 people, that's when you really have a problem as a company. So just knowing that everyone is essential and everyone is super appreciated for that reason, I think that makes it very easy to bond. And then we also have a very informal culture here at TNW, so we have drinks every week, every couple of days maybe even. And yeah, there's just this real feeling of being in it together, I think.
My name is Pablo. I'm currently the CTO at the Next Web, and I started at the company about 8 years ago. I like the work atmosphere. I like it was also like a very small company back then, and I like having independence and having opportunities to basically do whatever you want.
So at our company, I don't think any manager micromanages. So we set sort of the long-term goals, the big audacious goals, and then we very much trust people to fill in the details as they see fit. And that's also a very scary way to work because it means that you always have to trust your own instincts and you can make mistakes. And that's why this feeling of safety is very important, that you feel like, all right, I'm coming up with my own path because I only have this long-term goal. That means that if I make a mistake, it's my responsibility, but I also have the freedom to design my own path there. So I think there are huge upsides to that, but there are downsides, right? So if there's nobody telling you what to do, if you make a mistake, it's your responsibility. So on the other hand, it gives you great freedom and lots of responsibility, which a lot of people also, I think, keeps them with the company.
I've never taken any, course on management or anything. I mean, I don't even know if I'm doing that good or bad. It's just, a lot of intuition. I've always tried to lead by example, and, you know, make sure that whatever thing I want to make sure the team is doing, it's also something I'm doing myself. And in general, I mean, I don't know, just try to be fair to people, listen to people, what they want to do, what they are interested in doing.
Working in a company like T&W is great because, as I said, like, it's very easy to make a big impact by yourself, which means that you can learn so much in such a small amount of time, I think, compared to another type of company, perhaps. However, that also means that if you take on so much responsibility, you have to really find a way for yourself to battle some of that stress that it comes with. And I think one thing that I have really learned is that it's really okay also to ask questions and to ask for help. Because I think with young people that are very ambitious, sometimes they feel like they have to do it all themselves. Whereas usually it actually helps more to just ask it to someone who has done it before, because then you can work much faster and also alleviate some of that stress that you might experience.
I learn from them every day, and I learn from my colleagues every day, and I mean, it's also like the good part of being at the company for such a long time is that you can see how things evolve, and you can actually see whatever decision you take, what is the impact it has over time. So that is something that helps a lot, not because maybe they were telling me how to do stuff, but basically everything that I've been able to see along the years, and it's also like tying back to what I said before. It's not like they need to tell me anything, but I just see the way they do things, and the things I think that they're doing good, I try to copy that as well.
So one moment where I really felt supported a lot was when I was organizing my first conference, and it was maybe a week before the conference, and that was obviously sort of the highest point of stress because I didn't know what to expect. But I had all these speakers lined up for the biggest event of the year. I told Boris that I was feeling stressed out and I didn't know how to deal with it. And he just said, oh, let's go grab a sandwich together. And he sat me down and just told me a story about how he used to deal with stress when he was younger. And it just made me feel so much better. And I think that is one of the ways that I don't think that could happen in a company where you work with thousands of people every day, right?
So in my experience, stress doesn't come from hard work, but from frustration. So if you're frustrated about your work because you're not being enabled for success, or your boss is an asshole, or there's something that's eating away at you, that is very stressful. Working hard and something that is going well and that you like, even if you have to work the whole night and sleep for 3 hours, then it gives you energy and it's not frustrating, and you don't get stressed from that. So I think that's something to look for. Like if people say I'm stressed, then I get really interested because I want to find out, all right, what's going on, right? What is the thing that's hurting you? What is causing frustration? And often it's not something at work. So I think, again, like creating a company where people feel safe takes away a lot of the stress. If you want to go to work because you have a phone call or an important meeting, but you have a child and you don't have child care, I don't want you to not be able to come to work because of the child. Like if you don't want to come to work, don't come to work. But if you want to come to work, but you're like, I can't because I have the baby, bring the baby to work, put it in the crib, give it to me. I do like having, this feeling. It's it's a feeling of sort of security, of freedom, where people feel I'm safe in this company to be a human, and humans have children, and so I bring my child to the office and it's fine. So and of course the best way to do that is to lead by example and take your own children as much as possible too. And I seriously, in the 14 years that we've done this, I've never seen it negatively impact our business at all.